What's up, everybody? You know what it is. It's Bull Tyler, and this is coming out about a day after I wanted it to, but it's still coming out regardless. I'm doing my Royal Rumble 2025 reactions, and boy, do I have some stuff to react to. I'm not gonna waste any more of your time. Now, a little disclaimer: these are my opinions on the show. You do not have to have the same ones. If you have the same ones, good. If you don't, that's the beauty of wrestling. I can have mine, you can have yours, and I want to hear yours in the comments. So just put them in the comments what you thought about the show. So yeah, let's get straight into it. Now, let's start with the Women's Royal Rumble match. I, for what it was, thought it was a really good match. You had Jordynne Grace making her debut. You had Alexa Bliss making her return. You had some good action between, Jordynne Grace and Bianca Belair. Actually had a good showing, as much as I don't necessarily like her. Io and Liv had a pretty good, back and forth, and then Lyra gets in there. It was some good action in the ring. Now, here's my critique, is the entrance. You have people like Maxine Dupree, B-Fab, Lash Legend, Jada Parker. Who else was in there? I would say Ivy Nile, but I'm almost certain Ivy Nile was announced. I want to say there was one more. Oh, as much as I love her and as much as I do believe she's one of the greatest of all time, Trish Stratus, I don't believe they should have been in the Rumble. I feel like Maxine Dupree should not have been in the Rumble, and here's why. She was one of the surprise entrances. She was one of the unannounced. She was not announced pre-Royal Rumble. So, go in there, she's not announced, and then she just shows up and takes a spot from someone else. I hate that Jade Cargill was not in the match. Hate that Becky Lynch did not appear in the match. Masha Slamovich did not appear in the match. Nikki Bella, I did not mind Nikki Bella being in the match. I don't mind Nikki Bella, being back. I like Nikki Bella. I just don't think Nikki Bella should have been number 30. I really don't. I did appreciate Roxanne Perez being the new Iron Woman record. I do think that she deserves that, and she was even in the final 2. The whole Nia Jax spot is where I think it gets ruined. Because you had Io, Stephanie Becker, who else was in that bunch? I think Bianca was also in there, and Naomi was in there. Anyway, I just know that there was 6 women in that bunch that she just eliminated. And I don't like it. I didn't like that spot. I didn't think it was the right spot. I think Io should have at least been in the final 2. If she wasn't going to win, at least allow her to be in the final 2. And they didn't. I have no issue with Nia. I've never had an issue with Nia. I still don't have an issue with Nia. But I just think that exact spot for her was poorly booked on WWE's part. So overall, Charlotte won. I personally don't mind it. I had Io winning, but right next to Io was Charlotte. So I didn't mind it. Charlotte versus Tiffany is the rumored match, and I absolutely cannot wait for that match. The match is about to be so good, and I can't wait. Next was the tag team match. The crowd, people have said, were dead for it, and I say that people have said it because I didn't really pay attention to the crowd. But I guess that's wise because there wasn't really any crowd to pay attention to. Yeah, I really didn't pay attention to it too much. But let me tell you, the match in ring was amazing. It was fantastic. These 4 men, these 2 teams, put everything on the line. Motor City doing some great tag teams. There was one part of the match where I believe it was to Gargano, maybe been the champ, but I think it was to Gargano where he was up on the rope or the turnbuckle, and then Chris Sabin power bombs him, but at the same time, Alex Shelley does the sliced bread off of the rope onto, like I said, onto one of them. That tag team move, I hope, is in 2K25, because that was a really good move. Then you had the fake tag from Johnny Gargano. That was a fantastic way to get the first fall. You had the tag team maneuvers from Motor City, which of course was fantastic. And then, I think it was Shelley on the top. They were going for Skull and Bones, I believe. And then someone on that side of the camera popped up on the apron. From the distance they had the camera, you cannot tell who it is. But then, while the ref is focused over here, another guy, Angelo Dawkins, jumps up, hits Alex Shelley in the back with a crutch. DIY picks up the win. And then, obviously, with Dawkins being up there, and you can tell it was Dawkins, then you knew that the other one was Montez. Now, we thought, or at least I did, it was going to be a full heel Street Profits, and maybe that was going to align them with DIY for whatever reason, but that was not the case at all, because Angelo Dawkins swung, bam, nailed Ciampa in the back with the crutch, broke it over his back, threw the crutch over to Montez, hits Gargano with it, takes tag titles, raises it over, drops it on DIY, and leaves. And we get into the next match. And this next match was the best match of the night. Oh my gosh. What a car crash of a match. Back and forth action. You had Cody getting back body dropped on the ladder and breaking the, like how not the legs, but like how it folds and unfolds. And then Owens taking, I forgot what move it happened on, but Owens took a nasty back bump onto the ladder. Cody took another nasty back bump. Cody went to go superplex Owens off of that turnbuckle, and Owens reversed it into a package suplex drop thingy on a ladder. Hurt Cody, hit the back of his head and like his neck on the ladder. Officials rush out, general managers rush out, referees rush out. They start throwing up the X, saying let's get him out. Let's get him out of here. Sami Zayn comes rushing out, checks on Cody, checks on Kevin Owens. They manage to get up. They're still fighting. Owens goes for a package pile driver onto the announce table and gets reversed Alabama Slam through the ladder. And I saw a still image. Owens' head went through one of the rungs of the ladder and almost snapped back. So that was that close from being extremely disastrous. So thank God it did not end that way. But regardless, I'm bad, y'all. I guess just because I woke up, but anywho, so yeah, that almost ended disasters, and then Cody goes up the ladder, retrieves the titles. He takes one off, right, and then he is stalling to take the other one off. And I thought that when he was stalling, that Sami was gonna rush in and stop him from taking the second one off, and then Owens was gonna come up and take the second one off. But that's not what happened. He just sat there, and then he took the other one off, and that was the end. Cody Rhodes wins, and again, it was a beautiful car crash of a match. It was brutal, to say the least. It was brutal. Owens was bloodied up. It was beautiful. It was brutal. And, again, it was definitely match that night. Now, on to the main event. The men's Royal Rumble match. So, I had number 1 and number 2 being Carmelo and Trick. As soon as Ray came out at number 1, I said Penta has to be number 2. And sure enough, Penta was number 2. So I was really happy about that. And then you had Chad Gable come out. And then you just had a bunch of, I think Carmelo came out after that. Had a great slew of talent come out one after the other. Braun Breaker comes out, spears Carmelo out of his boots, throws him over. Santos Escobar comes out, which I didn't predict Santos, but I understand why he was in the match. Like, he wasn't one that, I had an issue with being in the match. Like, he made sense to be in the match. And then Otis comes out, which I don't think he necessarily should have been in the match, but it is what it is. And then Akira Tozawa comes out and gets attacked and then gets replaced by Speed, in which he goes out, gets an elimination with Braun Breaker, and then, like, absolutely gets destroyed by Braun Breaker. He gets speared, cut in half, and then thrown over. Otis catches him, and over the top he goes. And it was a great moment. But, well, watching him get cut in half I couldn't stand Speed being in the Rumble, but watching him get cut in half made up for it. What was it? Yeah, like I said, just watching him get cut in half was fantastic. And then I think he got legit injured, which sucks. But just that moment of Breaker was fantastic. And then Otis catching him, throwing him over, that was great. Then, just a whole bunch of entrants coming in. Joe Hendry comes in, which I popped hard for. I love Joe Hendry. But he only lasts 3 minutes and 8 seconds. I didn't agree with that. I didn't like that at all. Jacob Fatu comes in. Braun Strowman returns, which I don't think he should have. He should have sold the injury and eliminates Jacob Fatu, which I really don't agree with. Roman Reigns came out at some point. John Cena comes out. CM Punk comes out. Seth Rollins comes out. They have a stare down. And then it was just basically elimination. And then them three brawling on the outside, which was nice, but it's setting up a Mania match that I don't necessarily really want to see all that much, because I want Roman versus The Rock, because I genuinely believe if you don't have Roman versus Rock at Mania 41, you will never have Roman versus The Rock. What was I gonna say? Yeah, so I don't like the fact that they're trying to set up the triple threat. I don't know. And then Logan Paul coming out at number 30. We already knew he was going to be in the match. Him coming out at number 30, I don't think should have happened. And then I do have some critiques. No NXT guys. No Trick Williams. No Obafemi. No Ethan Page, as some predicted. We didn't get Nick Nemeth. We didn't get Jeff Hardy. No Aleister Black. There was hardly any surprises in the men's rumble. Matter of fact, Otis was a surprise entrant. Tozawa, if he would have entered, he would have been a surprise entrant. Santos Escobar was a surprise entrant. If you're gonna have these guys in the rumble, just announce them ahead of time. But regardless, the biggest critique of them all is Jey Uso winning the rumble. It makes this amount of sense. And I've heard the argument online, oh, well, it's just because that he's over. Okay, well, in that case, LA Knight was the definite winner of last year. Would have made no sense. But he was so over with the crowd, just give it to him. Or Joe Hendry, that meme was running wild. So have him enter and win the whole thing. Would have made no sense. But since he's over, he gets the win. Just because he's over with the fans. And here's my issue with Jey Uso. First, it makes no sense because either he's going to go against Cody Rhodes, which doesn't make any sense. Babyface versus babyface. Top babyface versus top babyface. I don't sit right with me. Or he's going to go against Gunther, who has already lost to, I think, twice for the world title. It just makes no sense whatsoever. But then, he's not bad in ring, but his promos. I cannot stand his promos where he has to stop every other word and say yeet or have the crowd say yeet literally every single word that he says is spaced out and drawn out, and his promos take about 20 minutes to get through after his entrance was already 30 minutes, and it's just ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. His best promo in the last year, probably, was when he was promoing on Gunther, and he told the crowd to quiet down, and he just went on and just dug into Gunther for about 30 seconds. No pauses, no yeets. It was just passionate promo. Now, I wanted Cena to win. I had Punk winning. Either one I would have been okay with. If Roman would have won, I would have been okay with it. I would have made sense of it. If Seth would have won, I would have been okay with it. I would have made sense of it. But even if Damian Priest would have won, I would have been like, okay, I can make sense of it. But Jey Uso, I just cannot see why he won. It still makes no sense. But anyway, that's my Royal Rumble 2025 reactions. So, if you like this video, want more videos like this video, then hit the like button, so hard as possible again. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out below. And as always, I love y'all. Stay safe, and peace.